Boom. What's going on, fam? So was it a foam roll or something? I don't know what that was. It was like something stuck in my fan. I had to shake it out. Ugh. We're good now though. We should be all good. All right. Let's see. We got Mike in the building. Y'all know I don't care about y'all seeing me be goofy. I ain't got no shame in my game.
They were watching you like the CIA over here.
Man, listen, I'm like, cause no, I look worried because it was something in my fan, and I'm like, I'm hearing it's like a little like a foam peanut or something was in there, and I'm like, what in the world is going on with my? Trying
They
to
said they
figure it
said
out.
Kurt, they said you were depressed. I was like, well, it's not because of the Marcus. I'll
No,
tell you
it's for
that.
sure. That's the
He's probably
last
doing
thing I'm about to be mad about. Like, bruh, like but it's bittersweet because a lot of you guys are new, and I know some of you guys didn't get a chance to come in and get some of these entry points that a lot of students got a chance to get. Says Kurt Snack stuck in the fan. It might be a fruit snack wrapper. Like I'm telling y'all, like I'm gonna show y'all something. Don't judge me. Fruit snack wrappers. Okay, I be loving fruit snacks. I'm an addict. Okay, I'm cleaning up as we speak. All right, all right, all right. See here, boom, and let's pin. And there we go. So how's your day been going, Mike? How you feeling today, bro? How's the weather?
We can check Mentesti, but it's about 78 degrees and sunny.
78. Sheesh. It pulled back for us. We had a good run. Michigan weather was kind of like Bitcoin. We had a good run up, and then we're in a little bit of a retracement right now. We had like a seven. It was
Man,
70 degrees this week, bro. That's
wow, pretty
unheard
impressive.
of in February. I'm like, listen, I don't know what was going on, but the Pistons won, and then the sun came out. It was beautiful. It was a whole thing. See here, this is AZ
That's
as
back.
normal. Man, listen. Let me see. Let me see. Went from 15 to minus 20 yesterday. Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Minus
I'm done. Like
20. That's too much. Come to
I'd be
Vegas.
looking like this, minus 20 degrees.
Vegas is not frosty on the desk. Is that a pudgy penguin?
Yeah,
Yeah, bruh.
just
Listen.
just know, everybody, this in real life is worth more than you know a
Right.
lot. Just kidding,
This in
a
real life.
lot.
In real life means digital at this point.
Yeah,
It's crazy how that
yeah,
flipped. But yeah, guys,
yeah.
welcome to our session. I don't know why I'm so big. Welcome to our session. This is our Thursday nerd out with Mike and Kurt hour. So if you're new, this class might be a little advanced for you. All right, so don't feel intimidated if we get to talking real fast and using big words. Most of the week is pretty much just laid back, chill, going over a few setups, breaking down things that are happening in the market, making sure you guys are ahead of the curve before certain things line up. But let's just bag up a little bit because I wanna kind of address the elephant in the room here. Um, Bitcoin is doing the fool right now. I didn't want to go to CoinGecko. I just want y'all to see the candle. Okay, this weekly candle has been amazing. All right, we had a good run up. This bad boy was already at like 63. I think it hit like 65 at some point. It was booming. Market's definitely been booming right now. So we were 3 grand away from all time high territory, basically, like 4 grand away from all time high territory. So it's getting interesting to say the least. It's wild. It is wild. But I will say that this is pretty much what we sort of expected, considering after the ETF, this is what the hype would look like, right? Like we expected to see some nice movement, but this was just outrageous. This was definitely expected, but unexpected. So it's nice to see the market doing some healthy things, but at the same time, I was rooting for a pullback. I promise you, I was rooting for a pullback. I know a lot of students that are brand new, just came into crypto, just starting wallets, just getting, Proton Mail started up and everything. And I'm like, dude, I want everybody to be able to get a good amount of, projects for a cheap price. But right now, everything's just booming. Everything's just booming. Now, we will get a pullback eventually. Don't get me wrong. But right now, the demand is just outrageous. Like when you go over here to the dollar index right now, it's been holding steadily. It hasn't completely fallen off the cliff like we thought it would, considering Bitcoin's booming right now. But when you also look at the S&P, it just hasn't stopped. It's been nonstop for the S&P. I know everybody here is saying, well, if the dollar strengthens, that means assets like the S&P and crypto should start to pull back, right? That's what we would like to see. But we also know there isn't any real kind of catalyst right now that's aligning for us to see a major pullback. Now, there are some like conspiracy theory catalysts, but I'm talking about real world, what's coming up, what's happening in real time. Not so much, right? Even over here, when we go to Forex Factory, it's not a whole lot of, big noise coming at the end of the day, right? We know we got FOMC meeting coming up on the 20th of March. But the lead up right now, right, considering tomorrow's the first, we got, non-farm payroll coming up next week. We got the Fed chair is going to be speaking next week as well, Thursday before non-farm payroll. So there's going to be a whole, I think he speaks 2 days in a row, right? So we got Powell testifies on Wednesday and Powell testifies on Thursday. So yeah, he might be doing a lot of talking, which isn't usually good, but we'll see how this all plays out. Because every time Jerome says something, it's like it just sparks so much more anticipation for this or guessing for that or what's it going to be for the next week or so. So after we get this, back to back from Jerome and we get non-farm payroll, then leading into the next week, we're going to have CPI, right? And then we got PPI. And then a week after that, we got the FOMC meeting, right? So I'm not telling you guys it's going to be crickets since Jerome's going to be doing a little bit of touch and go before we get to the FOMC meeting, and we got CPI right after that. So we may have some fireworks in March, to say the least. I feel like May and June, like April, May, June, is going to be a little bit weird because I think this is usually the time where war talk starts to peak up. Like when we start hearing stuff like Ukraine, stuff with China. Like I keep hearing rumors with Taiwan and China, something's supposed to happen in April or May and all that kind of stuff. And this whole AT&T thing was a preview. I'm not about to get into that. My conspiracy theory hat's on the other side of the room, so I'm trying to put that on. But I want to make sure you guys are seeing what's happening in real time because, yes, Bitcoin has woken up. It is on the move. It is slowly catching up to what the S&P 500 is doing. The dollar hasn't completely fallen off a cliff. So to see the dollar still basically holding at levels that it's been, nothing too crazy, right? But to see everything going on inside of Bitcoin right now, and everything going on inside of the S&P right now, even with gold, like I've been noticing gold hasn't really given us that crazy big jump. We did make all-time highs, but I'm noticing a lot of funds have been leaving gold and finding a new home, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of that value that normally would be inside of gold right now is starting to find a new home somewhere. If only we could track how much money was moving into crypto. If only there was a way to see all the dollars that were showing up inside of crypto right now. Because last time I checked, the dominance for Bitcoin is booming. When you look at Bitcoin's market cap right now, well over $1 trillion. And just so you guys know, there's another trillion on the way. And the thing is, don't look at the raw numbers. Oh, $1 trillion coming into Bitcoin or $1 trillion is coming into crypto. It's a multiplier that you guys aren't thinking about that's attached to these charts that really pushes the price further than you can expect it. So a lot of times when Bitcoin's making a move, there are multipliers underneath the money that's coming in. So 100 grand could look like $1 million or 750,000 in comparison to $1 million actually coming into Bitcoin could look like almost 4 to 5 million. It's really wild how they do this with the multipliers because they're trying to anticipate all the other aspects of Bitcoin that's jumping as well when it comes down to derivative side, when it comes down to the option side, when it comes down to spot trading. So that multiplier is a real thing. And I want to make sure you guys aren't just saying, oh, okay, well, if $1 trillion shows up, then that must mean it's going to multiply into more for Bitcoin's growth or the crypto space's growth. So once again, dollar cost averaging right now, wouldn't really recommend it. If you're already in, phenomenal job. I'm proud of you. But if you're not already in, just be patient. I get it. You're excited. You see price way up here. You remember when it used to be way up here and you were super excited and you couldn't wait to tell everybody about Bitcoin and crypto. And now we're back up here again. And you're thinking, oh, it's game on. I need to be telling everybody and their mom about it. Yeah, but for you, you shouldn't be buying in right now. It just doesn't make sense because at any moment there's a pullback, you have a zero risk to reward to protect you. There's no area in here that's screaming, oh, this will protect you when price pulls back. You don't know how far that pullback's going to be. You have no idea. I would rather you wait for the pullback, you find your entry, and then we get the growth, guys. Like, don't force this. Don't feel like you got to have all the answers right now. Like, really be patient with yourself and allow this market to get into a position for you to win. It needs to be a win-win opportunity for you. Okay, we talked yesterday about a few things when it comes to allocating funds and when to take profit and all of that kind of stuff. If you're still in, and some guys have been asking me as well, hey Kurt, we've been in since 20K. I've been in since 30K. I've been in since 35K. Should I be taking profit right now? The answer is definitely no. I would tell you to hold on. If we're going to continue to run and the hype train is going to keep going, why would you be getting out? Why would you be getting out right now? It doesn't make sense for you to exit now, considering there isn't really a whole lot of backing off at the moment. And when you're looking at this market, there's so much hype flowing in. This is the part where you let your winners run. I know you guys have heard that before, but you have to be mindful of when it's time to pull the trigger on taking profit. And this isn't the time yet. This is not the time. This is the time just to be patient, honestly. Like, if you can scale into altcoins that have yet to grow yet, then you got an opportunity. But Bitcoin right now, I would say relax on dollar cost averaging in the BTC. But there are some alts that haven't had their big move yet, that haven't got that big jump. There are some other projects that we're looking at right now that we can potentially reallocate. But yeah, at this moment, you guys are just pretty much just on that gravy train with biscuit wheels, and you don't have to force it. When the rocket's taking off, you don't ask for the window seat. You just strap in. All right, like you're on board right now. And you're enjoying the ride for the most part. So I was also looking at Ethereum, and ETH right now is at an interesting point. Like, it hasn't gotten as exacerbated as Bitcoin is. It's still at that 618 zone. So once again, if Bitcoin sees a pullback, everything else is more likely going to pull back with it. I know BlackRock and then Fidelity have everybody super hyped up right now about coming in, but there are a bunch of other firms that are going to be filing Bitcoin ETFs, and they're going to be getting approved almost like instantly. The moment they file it, they'll be getting that approval, and more demand's coming. Like, it's not just BlackRock. Like, I know we get so attracted to talking about BlackRock because it's so many trillions of dollars. Oh my God. But when these other big entities show up as well, do not toot your nose up at, 400 million. Do not toot your nose up at 300 million coming in from another big company or another big hedge fund. Okay? Like, they're on the way. It's not just the United States. That's what I want you guys to really understand. Like, Japan and China and Australia and the UK, like, they're all forming into this cohesive unit of we're all in agreement that Bitcoin is going to be a thing in the future. Let's get on board now. Like, once they got that ETF out the way in the United States, everybody else said, oh, it's cool. Because the thing is, you guys may or may not know this, but nobody wants to upset Uncle Sam when it comes to money. So if the United States says don't touch it, they're not going to touch it. But once they said it was cool, everybody wants to touch it now. So it's not just, oh, United States says it's cool. Yeah, no, everybody's on board now. Everybody. Okay? So just be mindful. We got a lot more money flowing in. The gloves are off, as it were. So right now, this is why I told you guys, like, logic after the ETF isn't going to be your best friend all the time. All right? There's going to be a lot of illogical, crazy, overly hyped moves, and your job is to not try to make sense out of all the hype and the hoopla. Just be in the right positions. And yeah, at this point, hodling is your best bet. Dollar cost averaging will kick back in once we start seeing some more consolidation, maybe pullbacks and drop into the downside. But if anything, we're probably past the dollar cost averaging side of things. We're more likely just into flat out entry points. You're going to be waiting for pullbacks and finding entries, waiting for pullbacks and finding entries. Because if you're just dollar cost averaging, hoping, this is not the territory for that. Like, we're past that. Like, I'm gonna go back to the BLX chart so you guys can see what I mean. Like, when we're in this red zone, dollar cost averaging is phenomenal. Gray zone, best friend. When you get into green and purple, it's not so much of a, hey, we're super excited thing. All right, you kind of want to be a little more tactical about your approach, and we're looking to see if we're going to get anything pulling back. Like right now, this thing has absolutely ran all the way up to these levels. Now, if anything, like I said before, this may end up being one of those scenarios where we're just simply waiting it out for this thing to finally make a move. And like our pullback may only be at 40K, considering this is our new base now, where prices rallied, we may pull back right into this vicinity here. And now we got ourselves a nice little zone where price wants to kind of come back, chill out, relax for a bit, and then we get another move back up. So I would be mindful, family. Like the 30K days, just they might be behind us. I mean, and I don't want to be that guy, but you may never see a $20,000 Bitcoin for the rest of your life. I hate to be that dude right now, but it's a real thing. Like, if you see $20,000 BTC, BlackRock's not gonna let it stay there that long. Mike's not
Yeah.
gonna let it stay there that long.
Get some for me. Don't forget about us.
Right. But yeah, I think we're at that point now, guys, where trajectories have been changed. Price has grown. Like I said, barring a black swan event, and when I say black swan, I'm talking about like, oh, we're going to war type of stuff, like outrageously crazy. Something's happened and it's an all-out assault, and now money's got to flow into something else, and that money printer is getting cut back on. That's the only other thing I can see right now. And even with the money printer being cut back on, the value of the dollar starts to switch. It starts to shift up. Right? Like when you saw what happened when COVID happened, everybody thought, oh, they're printing money. That means it's coming into crypto. No, no, no. You guys have to really remind yourself that the inverse of Bitcoin's value is the US dollar. So when they print more, the dollar loses value. In turn, every asset against the dollar rises in value. So that's the only thing. It's not that the money's flowing into Bitcoin. Even lately, like we've been printing money like crazy for Ukraine. And that money hasn't shown up in Bitcoin. It hasn't shown up in a bank for Bitcoin. It hasn't shown up on the blockchain. It's just showing that the dollar is losing its actual spending power because it's so much more of it being printed. That's pretty much the simple part of it. All right. See here. This bro said, what purple box? basically at this point, Bitcoin says, hold my beer. And it's been running ever since. So, I mean, I'm amped, but I also am a little bit, like, it's bittersweet because I wanted a lot more of you guys to come in and have that opportunity to just really get Bitcoin at a low price, Ethereum at a low price, a lot of the alts at a low price, and then you could have just came in and saw that big jump. And now, don't get me wrong, a good amount of you guys have been here for a while, but I know moving forward, as more students show up, some of you guys are just going to be getting in at like after all-time highs. You guys are going to be like, is now a great time? Should I get Bitcoin at 85,000? I'm going to be like, geez, oh, Peace, I got to answer that. Right? So it's a whole thing right now, but I am excited that, some of you guys have gotten really, really good positions considering that the list has been out going on a year. And some of you guys have been able to come in and benefit from it moving forward because a lot of the projects are just jumping out the gym right now. Let's see here.
You wanna laugh real quick?
Always.
Open up. Do you have the list in front of you? I have the main cap.
Let me see here.
Go on. I'm just gonna share the main cap.
All right.
Look at Solana. So we called out the main cap list on April 5th of 2023. Yeah, April 5th, 2023. Kurt, pull up a Solana chart and go to that date.
Got you. So we got Sol chart on
April 5th last year.
April 5th. Let me get this line ready.
Just one example, everybody.
April. This is like April the 17th, the 3rd. We can go over a little bit from here. Let's get all this out of the way. Ooh, that's somewhere in there because the next week was the 10th. So, yeah, we were talking about $18 for a Sol.
Just one example on the list. Yep. So hopefully if you guys were here, you capitalized. You have to understand these markets move very quickly. And you even had preparation to get it under that level. But even if you just, accumulated. And the whole list is in, in the right direction. The whole list is.
Yeah, listen, if you got that list and did any work, like you're happy at this point. Like there isn't a complaint coming from you about the list. You're like, oh yeah, I got in and I made a mistake and grabbed something off the list. I did a little bit of research and grabbed something off the list. Let me see. I'll pull this over here real quick. So,
what was BTC at on that day?
BTC.
April 5th.
April 5th.
Had to be low 20s. Yeah. 26.
Yeah. Yep, like 28, 27, yeah. Yeah. It's rough. Like I said, I want a lot of students to come in and be able to benefit and grab and be able to have that opportunity, but it's okay. We'll have pullbacks.
Yeah. There's always going to be opportunity in this market. In stocks and crypto.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's coming up on a year already, bro. That is wild considering. I feel like I just did this and dropped it. Like it was months and months and months of vetting projects and making sure they were up to snuff. And even when I found out about like Optimism, Arbitrum, I don't even think was like out. I don't even think they even had their coin launched yet by the time we had dropped the list. It was like just a hey,
Yeah.
keep an eye. Or I think maybe it had just launched or something like that. But like, yeah, a lot of these
Yeah, it had
projects,
just came out.
yeah, a lot of these projects were like still really, really new. So see here, I don't know if it's been better.
The graph was at 7 cents. Jesus, it's like at 30 cents now. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah, man. Like, and this is, most of the guys, all you cared about was the low cap, and I kept telling you guys, don't fall for this. Like, don't get caught in the fact that these are cheaper projects and you think they're just better than everything else. Like, these are extremely risky. Okay? Like when I tell you every one of these has a great opportunity to go to zero. A phenomenal opportunity to go to zero. All right? You have a better chance of shorting these than going long on these. Okay? Like I promise you the majority of these will probably not exist in the next 3 to 4 years. Okay? But these are just projects that if one does well, then you'll be able to hang your hat on that one as a really good opportunity that you jumped in on in its early stages. That's all it boils down to. It's not about coming in and hitting home runs with all these. Like even when I gave you guys Celestia, like this project, I don't even think was out yet. It didn't even have a ticker symbol yet. Like I just had to put Celestia because it was like TIA. I didn't know if it was going to be like CEL or TIA. Like it was a whole thing. So yeah, when this came out, it wasn't even on the list yet. Yeah, Kujiro's another one. I was telling you guys, like, listen, be patient with the project. It's gonna get some legs in a while, but we gotta give it some room to get a little adoption first, right? RSS3. I haven't even done a class on RSS3 yet, right? But a lot of you guys came in, did the work. So just saying, I'm excited for you guys, but be mindful that we are still in the early stages. I want to bag up a little bit. When I show you guys these lists and we talk about everybody coming in and benefiting, like nothing dramatic happens until after we get past the purple box, guys. After the purple box, price does the oh my gosh moment, right? Purple box, oh my gosh moment, right? Purple box, oh my gosh moment. Guys, we're just starting the purple box. Like I'm expecting a pullback at some point, right? Hitting 60,000 and pulling back to like 40 would be magical. A $20,000 pullback for Bitcoin would be magical. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like you can't expect to see us hit 60 and then we come back to like 20. Like even if we went back down to 30, that's a $30,000 pullback. All right. Bitcoin would have essentially basically halved itself for you to come back and get it again. To go to 60 to 30. Like really think about that. That would strike fear in the hearts of investors. A lot of people can't handle that kind of volatility. So I need you to be mindful of where we are right now with the people that are participating. Getting back down into the 40K would be a blessing at this point. I'm just being honest with you guys. Still waiting for 12K. Me too, Vlad. I wanted it, but once that demand kicks in, I wanted a $700 ETH. But once that demand kicks in, it's out of your hands, and you just buckling in, and you're hoping for the best when it comes to pullbacks. At this point, though, we do have some really positive levels. Like I said, this rally-based rally is full of demand. Big imbalance of buyers breaking out of this zone. Even with the small little area right here of demand at around like 50,000 or like 53. Like that area may give us a little bit of a hiccup here, and then price will kind of pull back and maybe drop if we get a pullback from this level. So there are a few areas where we could see some selling. Like I said, even now being up as high as we are right now, it is absolutely wild to see Bitcoin back at $60,000 right now. And we're not even past the halving. Like it's unheard of. Like the percent, what is the percentage growth right now? I just gotta look. From low point to where we are right now. Bitcoin is up
300%.
A 3x. And like Mike said, everybody thanks Sam Bankman-Fried for the pullback. He tried to look out for us all. We need one more run, Sam. Come on, FTX, you can do it. Come on back. One more scam for the road. We're good for it. We're good for it. One more scam for the road, baby. Let's go. Bring us back down. We're here for it.
These are done.
Did you ever think you root for the scammers?
We were. I mean, when Bitcoin was at 60 or when Bitcoin was in the 40s and 50s, everybody was like, oh, buy it if it goes to 30. And then it went to 28, 27, all the way down to 16. And people watched and still didn't accumulate. And like, okay, you didn't buy Bitcoin, whatever, but you didn't buy any altcoins. You didn't think it was a good idea to get Ethereum under $1,000? Like, come on,
Even
like,
at 1,000, even at 15, it rested at 15 for months. It
yeah,
it lived there. I thought it was
yeah,
a stable coin for a while.
you know. That's
It's
kind of how I feel about XRP right now. Oh, 61 cents. Let's go. I made my day right there seeing that. Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. Um, well, yeah, Kurt, we got some breaking news here. Wells Fargo and Merrill Lynch, they're filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF 30 minutes ago. So,
30 minutes
and
ago.
this is like yeah, this is like the number one scam bank in America, by the way. Like Wells Fargo fraud is like absolutely ridiculous. If you have Wells Fargo, you should switch. Not financial advice, but I wouldn't have Wells Fargo. But anyways, yeah, they're doing an ETF, so that's pretty cool. Another bank in America who rejected crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Merrill Lynch rejected crypto, and now what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Accepting it. Gotta love it. This is getting pretty hot in Nigeria. They're like pretty much interrogating these people that they detained for an investigation from Binance because $26 billion was not tracked for. So this is a developing story. Crypto users are turning to the black market to make trades.
I
You got to
believe it.
respect it at some level
I believe it.
because
Because
the
it's like
currency's not doing well.
they know it's been working for them. Like Nigeria has been, like you said yesterday, Nigeria has been one of the biggest places for Bitcoin trading volume or crypto trading volume. So like to see them not being like to see their government not adopting it, but all of the people are adopting it says a lot to you about
Yeah.
their government structure and how things work. If the people are asking for this, and the entire time the government's saying no, 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 it's like something's not right. Somebody elected you not for you to tell them no, but for you to find solutions for what they want. And it's a weird energy to see that happen.
Well, the government is probably not sitting on any Bitcoin, Kurt, like El Salvador. So
Don't
they're if they were sitting on Bitcoin, if America was sitting on Bitcoin in 2013, our country would be out of debt right now.
get me
Think
started.
about that.
Don't get me started, bro.
So let's talk about Solana because it's always a good time to talk about Solana. Solana's based wallet Otter was just acquired by WorldCoin's Tools for Humanity.
Bro, that
So
coin
this is a
weirds me
wallet.
out, bro.
Well, I didn't know it was co-created by Sam.
Yep. Yep.
Sam Altman, who right,
Yep.
basically the founder of OpenAI,
Yep.
which
Yep. It's a whole thing.
he's involved there somehow. So that speculation is definitely what's driving price. Otter Finance, which will sunset its Solana-based wallet. I could care less. Solana is in the mix of things. Whatever. All good. Because today Solana hits a 2-year high as price. Looks to outperform. It's outperforming everything. And I'm going to show you guys that before the comparison with ETH once again because it's been following the same chart. What was the one thing I wanted to show here? Yeah, I mean, guys, it's up. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now, this is really the talk around town here in the crypto space today. I've been having some conversations on Twitter. Is Bitcoin halving? So JP Morgan's coming out now,
Oh.
which we know the roller coaster,
Oh.
and they're talking about Bitcoin miners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the share of publicly traded miners is poised to increase post halving. They're saying that publicly traded miners have a leg up during this next halving, which is going to happen in like 50 days or something from today. JP Morgan predicts that the production cost range could drop to $42,000. Bitcoin miners with below average electricity and more efficient rigs are likely to survive. Now, this is one thing. Now, what's one of the biggest Bitcoin miners?
Wait, do me a favor, bro. Go back down to the article again. It said right there, the price of Bitcoin they added could hover around 42 following the halving. Euphoria, April Bitcoin, yep, hovering around 60,000 highlight. What did we just talk about? Price potentially pulling back to what? 40K. 40K. How convenient that we can already see on the chart that that's an area of potential demand, and JP Morgan's already saying, yeah, we have a retracement post halving or pre halving. it can hover around 40K. Like, and listen, guys. Like, I've been telling you guys, like the whole thing with like Nvidia blowing up and all that GPU mining. That's one of the reasons why render's blowing up right now. It could be a really big deal coming up with miners, and that's one of the reasons why BlackRock's been getting involved as well with miners. They've been looking at it like, why buy Bitcoin? We can just get it right out of the mining rigs.
Yeah. Nah, facts. I mean, you guys can see here, like they're talking about the strain on mining companies as the rewards decline, right? On the halving, or rewards are going, from 6 to 2 Bitcoin per block. So it's interesting. Now, what's one of the biggest mining companies in America? Marathon Digital Holdings. Look at what they came out here and said today. They're ready to deploy money. They got a lot of money. They're sitting on $1 billion in unrestricted cash, and they're going to go full force in 2024. Now, what they just did is they just acquired, where is it at? They just acquired land for $171 million. Is it this article? It might be on this other article that I have here. They just did a $170 million acquisition in Texas. They bought a bunch of land, and they are looking to really get their hash rate up to create more crypto. The mining giant has a path to grow its hash rate by 35% in 2024 and at the end of 2025. And I'm going to show the chart here in a second. Where's this part? Marathon's revenue increased 229% to $388 million in 2023. Net income jumped $261 million from a net loss of $700. So that's the bear market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Typical bear market. They lost money, but now as crypto's back up, they're going crazy in this space. So this is big. I'm going to show the chart here in a second. They also just revealed that they're looking to create side chains off the Bitcoin network. One of them is called Onduro, and they are looking to build a platform that allows the creation of multiple side chains, providing, innovation for Bitcoin, kind of like how what's it? Not Scale. Stacks is built as a layer 2. They're looking to create some side chains for Bitcoin, and this is interesting because this is a publicly traded stock. Now, let's just go to where price is at. There's 2 gaps on this chart that I'm watching. This gap here, which would fill at 21, and this gap here that would fill at 17. And if you guys were here in October with the call we did with Ace, this was at $7, $8. It went to $33. And this is publicly traded stock. You can do options here. Make sure you guys are following. Yeah, the market was right here because their earnings report came out like a week after we did that call, and they actually had reported a bad report, but Bitcoin went crazy, and this thing shot up, 300%. So I'd be watching this level here, and you can do what you want with this information. I would be, I would.
It'd be the subtle nudges, bro. Like, just, if you decide, it's up to you.
Yeah. Maybe a 1-year option call. I don't know. We'll see.
Bro.
Who said that?
You gonna keep on with the subtles. Like, just, make an account, TD Ameritrade, get the premium package,
No,
and then 1-year options. Like, you don't walk everybody through the whole process.
No, nobody said that. We're not talking the B word here. Who said that?
Everybody through the whole process.
No, nobody said that. We're not talking the B word here. They did not say the B word.
Literally like step-by-step instructions, if you just decide at some point, you call Earl specifically, he'll set you up with the right package. His number is 372-899, just in case.
Do you need extended car warranty?
Right. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Oh my god.
You know what? I wish I had that. My car warranty ended in December, and I had to do some stuff in January. Wow,
that's how they get you.
That it's definitely programmed in those cars for sure.
It's like cell phones now. Like once it gets off warranty, or as that new one comes out, all of a sudden yours just messes up.
Man, that hurt. Anyways. Okay, so you guys asked me a lot of questions about Jupiter, right? I think this will be the biggest decentralized exchange on Solana. And obviously, it's a newer coin. They had an airdrop, and we talked about the platform when it came out, right? The ability to swap here. You can see, it's mainly for Solana's network swap feature. You gotta love the fees. I mean, come on. Going, let's say a 10K transaction, you're actually making money going from USDC to Sol here right
Wow.
now.
Wow. They're
So that's
paying you to
right.
do the transaction.
Yeah, they're actually, 100K. Okay, here we go. $15 to move 100.
Wait, how much
That's
money did you
just
make just to move 10?
10. No, you're making $1.
You're making almost $2, bro. Listen, we can Superman 3 this bad boy and money glitch this bad boy up. Let's go. Just
Yeah,
Morse code it in. Let's go.
yeah. I'm gonna not do that because there's probably more risk.
Some
Uh,
slippage we don't know about.
yeah, you gotta like change this here. Your transaction may fail. 1%, we're gonna go half. So you have the swap feature. You can do limit orders here. I'm not a fan because that means you got to leave the crypto in the wallet. Now the bridge is really, really cool. I wanted just to kind of go through this because a lot of you guys have asked. So you can bridge from network to network. You can come here to click wormhole, and you can do this on Jupiter's site, jup.ag. And let's say you want to move USDC on ETH, you would connect your MetaMask here, and then you want to go USDC on Sol. And then if you want to flip it, so let's say you have a Phantom wallet with Sol or USDC on Sol. Once again, the same Connect wallet. You would connect your Phantom here or whatever Solana wallet and then move it. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Because a lot of you guys have been asking about bridges. Just come to Jupiter. It's the easiest process. Put a 1 if that makes sense. Because if you're scaling in, like a lot of people are scaling into like different Sol ecosystem, and like you want to get it to like your MetaMask. So this is the easiest way to do it. Okay. Now, here's the fun stuff for what I want to talk about. So chart on the right, Uniswap when Uniswap launched. Chart on the left was when Jupiter launched, and it's recent. Now, obviously, Jupiter had a crazy move here on this Bybit chart, but just really look at this level here. Price creates a low, create a now it's tough because the time frames. I'm on the daily on Uniswap, and I'm on the 4-hour on Jupiter. It's just how I had to set it up.
Yeah.
But you had a low on the daily and then a new low. You had a low on the daily and then a new low. You had liquidity, trend line going down, and then you had liquidity and trend line going down. Now it doesn't look identical, but you guys can see here, right? You had Uniswap breakout. This is where I exited that position back in the day. And then it went sideways, and my thought process is we're going to come back to this, and then it just ran. And then we know what happened to Uniswap. I'm comparing this because they're both decentralized exchanges. They've both done an airdrop. The issue with Jupiter is there's more tokens. So the fully diluted is very high, but seeing the trading volume and the demand for Jupiter, I think it's going to work out at the end of the day. Now, I would be looking for a pullback here on Jupiter, closer to 50 cents. Also, this was at the bottom of kind of a bearish market, closer to a bottom. Right now, we're in a bullish environment. So, like, if this pulled back, make a little bit more sense. But if you want to start to scale in here, that's up to you. And then we know what happened with Uniswap. I could see Jupiter cracking the top 50.
Bro, I can see Jupiter at $4 easy. I mean, if you're looking at the tokenomics, if it's a max supply of 10 billion? Uniswap's at 1 billion, right?
Yeah, they have 1 billion.
Yeah, so we could just like chop it down to a tenth of that. So if Uniswap ran at $40, obviously this can go to $4 or $5. So this could easily be a nice, 4 to 5x for you guys easily. If you and the thing is, it's not too out of the realm of reality because obviously there's going to be demand for it. Everybody's been utilizing it, so this could be Solana's version of Uniswap. Finally, they probably could have finally found their version because I've been hearing nothing but good things about it since it launched. It really does remind me of Uniswap the way that it's getting its traction right now.
Yeah, I mean, give people free tokens. Why not?
Yeah, so we're thinking about this one potentially maybe around $4 or $5 for Jupiter.
Yeah, where it could go. Yes, with Jupiter's platform, you would connect 2 wallets, guys. Okay. You would definitely want to have it on the same device. Can you stack Jupiter on Ledger? Solana's ecosystem is weird. You have to put it in like the Phantom wallet and then connect Phantom to the Ledger, and it actually you'll see it in your Ledger, but the coins sit on Phantom. It's like
Mm.
little weird, but yeah, airdrop holders are more likely. Can we take a look at some? Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at some altcoins, but I wanted to make this point first. Second point I wanted to make is talk about what we've talked about for quite some time. So let's actually go back to one chart first. And it's really that comparison, right? That very similar market structure, whether you want to call it a pattern or you want to call it, voodoo. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's just,
Voodoo.
you just go back here in time and we just look at like how this thing moved. Let's go back on ETH back in the day. And we just see this. Let's go to like the 3-day here on ETH. And it's just very similar to like Sol right now. I don't know what you guys are thinking here. Let's go like this. So like you have Sol on the left, ETH on the right, right? Let's make that a little bit clearer. You guys get the point here. So we have like the top, then we have this low, then we have the market pull back, and then you have this slow consolidation. Here you got the top, then you got this low, and I should really be doing this on the weekly, but it's okay. Then you have this pullback, and then you have the market kind of go sideways here. I'm going to actually flip this. There you go. Pullback, and then you have like this slow consolidation. And then when the market breaks, and really the point of me showing this to you is when the market breaks this high, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The same high that Solana is sitting at right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When market breaks, especially a weekly or a monthly candle, 137, I'm going to say 140, will it do that? And that is what is exciting about this because nobody knows. Price could go above and pull right back. Or will it go crazy like ETH did? So we've been talking about this when the market was like down here, this comparison of how the charts look like, right? You had a 96% drop on Sol. You had a 92, 93% drop on ETH. It's very, very similar. Okay. And then you're like, well, can it actually happen in the market cap? Well, not the price going to 3,300, but we're at, let's say 60, or let's say 50. To get to 400, what is that? A double, and then times 3, right?
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. You want to see?
Yeah. So what is it? You're talking like
$1.5 billion.
See, like anybody can like figure this trading stuff out because like I know I've done this. Like it's like $800. Okay, why am I having to use this? But I'm going to show this to you because it's better. Yeah, $800. Well, actually today it's $900, so that's pretty exciting. But let's just say it went to 400. It's about an $800 Solana, and we know the history. We've already talked enough about it. But I'm just really curious to see this chart of is this gonna
Solana, bro? I wouldn't even come to Go Live anymore. I'd see you on a yacht somewhere. You'd own the cruise ship at that point.
Nah, I'd still show up. I'd still show up. But it's interesting. So when price breaks that level, keep that in mind. Now we could see some pullbacks here around 200, but Solana, if you look at the top 10, and I know this is a crazy way of thinking about it, other than Tether, Solana is the cheapest project until number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper. Why? Because price, other than Tether. And if somebody says I'm going to buy Tether because it's cheaper, block, report, and delete them. Okay, they provide no value to you if you do that. Just kidding, just a joke. Completely kidding. And then also market cap, right? People compare Sol to ETH. That's just how the truth is. That's the narrative, right? You want to get really excited. Is XRP more valuable than BNB? I think so. Seeing that at that market cap, you're talking about $1.20 XRP, which on the chart. Okay, so let's stop comparing because we don't compare things in this area. $1.20 lines up directly with this level right here, where I do think retail steps in. I do think retail comes in at this level on that pullback. I think we reject, and then I think retail steps in and says we're above $1, my last chance, and then it rallies. So we're at a great point, guys. We're at a point where they're going to pause rates most likely for the next 4 or 5 months, probably closer to the end of the year. You think about this, the dollar is going bullish with Bitcoin at the current moment. I do like something like this for the dollar to maybe play out. And if they correlate like against each other, that's even better. But they can both go up. So just remember that. They can both go up. We don't want the dollar to crash. We want it to go down, yes. But it is not going to crash, because if it crashes, yeah, Tether's screwed. USDC is going to zero. DAI is going to be in trouble. So that's not going to happen, in my opinion. So play your cards right. We are in a space right now where market caps, this is really the chart that I'm looking at. Like, I'm looking at Bitcoin, but I really don't care. I really want to see this chart. And if you want to talk about a fib, this is really one of my targets. This is my extended highest target for this market, but I would be looking between 5 to 6 trillion to really be exiting a lot of my, pretty much all of my crypto will be exiting between 5.5 to 6.5 trillion.
Can you add another level to that fib real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see. There you go. Just click on, because you got one. Yeah, click on the what is it? The negative.
That one?
Yep, that one there. And can you add a negative 1618? I'm sorry, I'm gonna say a negative 127.
Like that with the dot?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm looking at right there. Negative
Yeah.
127, that would be a clutch zone to see price run up, tap that area, and then come running back down. Now, some people are saying that negative 272 is where we're headed. I'm like, so all of gold, all of pretty much all of the precious metals market.
And this is where we exit, right before all of those.
Yep.
Yep. You know? So, yeah, no, I mean, I think that's going to run. You look at total 3, right? Let's exclude Bitcoin and ETH. You know, I think we do get some sort of pullback here, but this chart, guys, we drew this like summer of last year.
Memories.
I think we get a pullback here, but I would really like to see this chart pretty much double in price almost. So kind of like that same concept what I just showed with Solana and ETH. It's like when price breaks this 800 billion level, I mean, it just rips, and we start to see that type of level. We had a fib. Let me see if we have.
I think we should start challenging people, bro, to see how many of you guys are gonna be here at the end of this year and have that story about your portfolio. I really want to see how many testimonies we have at the end of the year, because some people aren't gonna be able to handle it. They're gonna see all of the growth. If you guys are gonna be here December this year, go ahead and drop a. Yeah. I almost say me too, because people have been getting sued for me too. Just go ahead and say just put a 999 in the chat if you're gonna be here in December. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hold y'all to that, because I know how this stuff goes. People get super excited that first God candle, that's what, as they call it, happens, and everybody loses their mind, and all of a sudden Go Live just doesn't have that same appeal anymore, because you see the numbers showing up on your little screen.
Yeah. Let me give you one last piece of advice: is delete your Delta app unless you're going to be exiting. I'm gonna be honest, especially if this is your first cycle. Delete your Delta app, because you're going to start changing your take profits. Like, I already know it. I already know some of y'all have not exited anything, and you've been with us for over a year or two. I know there's somebody on this call. You know, you're sitting there thinking you're the greatest investor in the world, and I want to applaud you, but I also want to be real with you. Like, let's just pick a random one. Okay, you got Maker at 600. You still haven't taken any profits. We're about to hit the third one. I'm addicted to Delta. Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue. Let's fix that issue today. Delete it. And don't change your take profits, but close out the positions in your ledger and your exchange, wherever you would, and then just keep note of it. And like once a month or once a week, actually, no, forget that. At the end of the market, when you take all your exits, then you go back to your Delta and put everything back in. I refuse to download it because I know I'd get addicted. Yeah, you got to know your personality, guys, as well. I have an addictive personality, so like I don't have the Delta app on my phone right now because I know I'd be looking at it. So let me just not have it. It's like Uber Eats, right? Sometimes you just got to delete the app. Still working on it. Still working on it. But sometimes you just got to delete the app and either starve or cook your own food. It's either you're going to die or you're going to go cook some food, right? Same thing. But I don't want to see people drive. Like if I start, okay, here's the top of the market, Kurt. I'm driving down the highway and I see a guy refreshing his Delta app. I am going straight up and I am selling everything I own in the markets. Okay. If I see anybody with at the gym, I'm out.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
That's the top of the market, man. I'm telling you. When you're like next door neighbor is like asking you, like, hey, what's the best app to track your portfolio? Get out, because this is what's gonna happen. Okay, this is literally what's gonna happen. Oh, I remember I did this with you guys on Go Live. Kurt wasn't there. Okay. This is what happens. People have this huge low cap portfolio, and then
I was just looking at the pie chart. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is not, yeah, this is the opposite of what to do because they're low cap list.
That portfolio makes me want to cry, bro. I can't even look at that. Making my chest hurt, bro.
This is the ground. So this is the ground. This is the floor, and then the market just wrecks them because it goes, oh, we're back. Boom. And then this is how most people are going to be.
Yep.
Because they don't take any profits.
Yep.
Who remembers that class? It's in the recordings. Okay. And here goes Kurt looking for. Yep. Delete the app today. You don't need it. Not right now. If you are looking at it more than once a day, just delete it. If you're an organized, disciplined person.
I can't argue with you. It is addictive. I have it on my phone, and it's one of those things. The thing is, I had to cut the notifications off, so I don't think about looking at it. But like every now and then, I'll have to go and check it out. But the notifications is what triggers you. If you don't see the notifications and you just check it periodically, you're good. But like for me, yeah, it is because the notifications are nonstop. So it forces you to kind of keep opening it up. But I know what you mean. Like it does, and he may be a little tongue in cheek, like ha, jokey joke. But no, it really does become an addiction. Like it's not funny once you understand what he means. When this market starts to pick up and it starts to heat up, I'm telling you, when you start seeing coins like Solana hit $300, when you start seeing ETH hit around like $7,000, it'll be every 15 minutes you're gonna be thinking about it, opening that app up. He's not being funny. It's a real problem.
Can I explain one more thing? Watch this. Here's why. This is a mistake I made. Okay, please do not spend unrealized profits. Here's what you start doing when you have the Delta app. Oh, you're up X amount. You start looking at things different. You're right. You haven't taken any profits, but you're like, I have this amount, and that car is this amount.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. Okay, let's go to. You know what? This is the top signal. Let's go to Tesla. I feel like a Tesla. You know what? Wait, I got more than that. Let me go get a.
What kind of hat you wearing, Mike? What kind of hat you wearing right now?
Yeah, that you start. You know what? I've never wanted a Porsche 911. Let me go get one of those. And you start building a Tesla and building out these cars. And guess what? You're like in your app, and you're like, I can afford that. I can afford that. And then here's what happens: is now you have all these liabilities in your life, right? And then you're like, you're at the top of the world. You never sold. You never took any profit.
Yep.
And then the market starts to do this. And you're like, hey, you know what? It's going to bounce right up. I'm good. And then the market does. But that's liquidity. And then it drops. And now up here, you raised your level of it. You raised your expenses. You raised your lifestyle.
Yep.
And now guess what? You're in trouble. So don't put yourself under that stress, that pressure by doing that. Not financial advice. Speak to an accountant, an attorney. God, talk to somebody else but us about those habits.
Facts.
But the Delta app, or just the app, not just Delta, but just staring at your portfolio, whether it's on Coinbase or an exchange, is very dangerous. Okay. And hopefully you listen to that part. Because I wish somebody told me that in 2017, Kurt.
It's it's bittersweet because it shows that the job is being done. Students are seeing results, but it's scary that they're gonna see results in the way that they will. Because me and you know we've been on the other side of that portfolio going crazy, and some people think it's all cool and great. I'm not gonna be like you guys. I'm gonna say my politically correct words: bull jive. Okay, bull jive. You're gonna see those numbers going crazy, and everything we're telling you, you're gonna have that aha moment, like, oh, this what they meant. This what they were talking about. Oh, that's this. Oh, it's not the same because I'm not trying to spend the money. It's like, okay. When it's time to take profit, let's have that conversation, ladies and gentlemen, because I know some of you guys are gonna sit in this thing, and there's gonna be a good chunk of you that are never gonna take profits this entire bull run, and you're gonna watch it dip down in the bear market, and you're gonna be holding on, waiting for the next bull run so you can take profit. For those of you guys that were here for the last bull run and you watched it double top and then it dropped off, some of you guys are laser focused right now because you're like, not again, not again. I don't need to have every drop of profit in my portfolio. Once we get to a certain price point, you're gonna be taking profits left and right, and you're gonna do it with a smile on your face because you've seen what the other side of that pain looks and feels like.
Yeah, it's your mind, it's crazy because like your mind will play these tricks. Like even like right now, like okay, let's say Solana's at 130. Like we know it was at $8, but your body will be like, it's going to 500. So let me go take a position at 130 because I can catch the upside.
Yo.
And then it pulls back, and then you get scared. So I've been there. Like guys, Kurt's been there. All the educators most likely. Like we went through those things. AVAX is at 42. It's going to 500. You take a big position that you shouldn't take because you need that money, and then it pulls back to 20, and then you reconsider your life, and then you quit. Don't do it.
All right, we
Don't do
need
it.
one project for you go.
I got
We
this
need one. We need one project, Mike, for you go that hasn't taken off yet. Just one. We promised them one low cap or one mid cap that hasn't gone crazy. One alt, should we say?
And if y'all were paying attention a couple weeks ago, I went over
I still
FIDA.
feel like Compound's
It
probably the
is,
best bet right now, bro. Even for like DCAing, like Comp right now still has room to run. It took a big jump, but any pullback for Comp, I think, might be one of the better ones.
yeah. Anything under 100, I think, is solid. 30 was a lot better though. Dude, right now, I mean, really,
Nia?
I mean, that's why I'm
What?
screaming XRP. I think FIDA, anything on Sol, we never got this pullback here, but we dropped this on the app, or not on the on Go Live at 25. I'm gonna have to say XRP, bro. As much as I don't want to say it, Jupiter and XRP.
Yeah.
I,
XRP has been a little more steel than everything else. I would probably agree with XRP. I looked at XLM, but I don't feel that same amount of demand for it as I do for XRP. So I'd probably agree with
maybe
you with that.
Omi too. I can maybe even say Omi. It's having a nice day here. Um, Look at that wick. Woo! If that can
Yeah.
melt,
Litecoin's still a little low as well, but I don't know. Litecoin just doesn't have any real big use case to me right now. Yeah,
Star Atlas about to break out. It's about to break out here. We get above this high, and definitely this one. Star Atlas, my opinion, can get to this like 2-3 cent level. Super low cap. And if you just look at this one thing, this is what showed me when we dropped this on the app. Look at all this volume that came in here. And then hold on. Look at all this buy volume that came in here on the daily, but the market fell. Y'all see this? So this shows me volume came in, and then on lower time frames, we're getting that spike here in volume. So yeah, I'm liking it. Let's see how this daily candle closes. We got a daily candle close, a monthly candle close, a weekly candle close today. It's one of those weeks, and it's a leap year, so if today's your birthday, it happens
Hey.
once every 4 years.
I'm
Happens
gonna roll
once
with, I'm
every
gonna
four
roll with Energy Web Token, bro. That's my pick. EWT.
EWT.
Yeah, EWT right now is probably one of those projects where even though everything's booming, it's given us a nice bit of pullback, and it's not. It's one of those projects where it has tons of use case, tons of partnerships, so it's lining up pretty good so far. Like today, it's a pullback day, so I would say EWT. EWT for me is one of the ones I would lean into.
Fire. All right, guys. I mean, dude, do you see this volume here that came in on Sol? When you like really zoom out on volume,
Yeah,
like
bro.
all the volume came in when it was down here.
Yep.
Like this is just you see, guys, these spikes in volume and price goes flat. Like ask yourself why? Why is volume going down, but then price starts to go up and then boom, rocket ship. So, all right, guys, we got Jordan Morgan live as well, and we will see you guys on our Monday class. Let's see where Bitcoin's at. Feel free to drop some predictions on the price of Bitcoin. I'm not going to give any because a lot can happen in 5 days. We'll see you very soon.
All right, fam. All right, give it up for Mike. Appreciate, bro. Always coming in, bringing value, bringing the heat. Let me see here. Yeah, so this is where I'm at right now with Energy Web Token. Like EWT has given us a nice bit of pullback the last few days. So yeah, and it's had a nice zone right now where we may see a nice bounce for it. So yeah, for me, Energy Web, definitely a nice project. Like I said, it's been up to the $20 level. It's touched 40 with a wick. So being where we are right now at $20, yeah, it lines up nicely. Let's see here. All right, fam, you guys, please do this favor for me. This weekend, take a break, relax, go outside. The weather's been doing a little something, something. Enjoy yourself. Take a little break from the charts. Bitcoin's up. Everybody's portfolio's looking good. Yeah, there you go. Touch some grass. All right. Have a good time, man. Get some wind in your face. Just relax. Walk around. Have a gratitude walk, man. Just walk around and just go through the things you're grateful for, thankful for, looking forward to, and just be in that for a while, man. Like just focus in on some good energy. I'll be back on with you guys on Monday. Mike will be back on with you guys Monday. So tons of value coming your way. Let's keep an eye on BTC. We got some fireworks coming up next month. We got a lot of things going on with the dollar. So it should give us a little bit of catalyst to see where we're gonna go next. I'm amped up for it. You guys have an awesome evening, awesome weekend. And with all that being said, and as usual, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. We out. And oh yeah. Good night, everybody. Stay blessed, family. Love you guys. Get this bag. Let's go.